Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing well. This is the first online class for class 8 maths. I will be taking class 8 maths and for both sections, I should mention that. As we know that the situation is not permitting us to conduct any normal classes, so that is why the school authority have decided to take the online classes for all of the students' betterments. Anyway, many of you might have got the books, many might not have. So for those who have not got the books, so the contents must be known to you all. So the first chapter for class 8 maths is rational numbers. Now, before discussing about the rational numbers, I think you people have got the rational number in the last class, in class 7. You people have got the rational number. But before discussing about the rational number, let us recall all these things that were related to numbers, number system, and whatever was there in the like numbers and what type of numbers. Let us just recall all these things. So when you think of number system, first thing that comes to your mind is what is a number. Now, what is a number? A number is a symbol that represents a particular quantity. It can be a Roman number, it can be anything like Indo-Arabian number. Many civilizations have given their own symbols to represent a quantity. So there were lots and lots of symbols. So any symbol which represents a quantity is known as a number. Now, when you know about a number, after that, what is the next thing that comes to your mind? The next thing that comes to your mind are the types of numbers. We have got even numbers. The numbers which ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are all known as even numbers, right? The numbers which ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are known as odd numbers. Likewise, you people have got prime number, composite number, coprime numbers, integers, whole numbers, natural numbers. Let us know about what are the natural numbers. The basic thing about the number is the natural numbers. What are the natural numbers? Now, what are the natural numbers? Natural numbers are the numbers which starts from 1 and it goes till infinity. What does infinity means? It is uncountable. That means when you think of a natural number, you can think of any number. Crores, Arabs, like you can go to any extent. Whatever the numbers are there, these are all in the natural numbers category, right? Now, what about the whole number? Now, whole number also you people have studied. Now, what is a whole number? Basically, all the natural numbers starting from 1 going to infinity along with 0. So, if you put 0 in the group of natural number, it will become whole number. That means the whole number starts from 0 and goes to infinity. So these are known as whole numbers. Okay. Now what are integers? Now what is integer? I think this was also discussed extensively in your previous classes. When you are to represent any number, what do? You draw a number line. A number line is drawn. In a number line, at the middle you will find 0, and on the left hand side of 0 you will be finding negative numbers, and at the right hand side of 0, at the left hand side you will be finding negative numbers, and at the right hand side you will be finding the positive numbers. So those numbers which are there at the negative side or the left hand side of 0 are known as negative integers, and which are there at the positive side or the right hand side will be called as the positive integers. Now, any number which can be represented in the number line is also known as a rational number as well. So, when you think of a rational number, you can see the definition here. Any number that can be represented in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0 are known as rational numbers. Now, what does this definition mean? I am discussing about rational numbers now. The particular rational number topic that we are going to take, this one I am discussing now. Now, what is a rational number? First of all, let us try to understand. Any number that can be represented in the form P by Q. P by Q means a number on top and a number on bottom. That means numerator and denominator. So this type of number is known as rational number with some conditions. What is the condition? Where P and Q are integers. P and Q should be integers. Right? P and Q should be integers and Q not equals to 0. That means the number at the denominator's place should not be equal to 0. Should not be equal to 0. That is known as a rational number. What example we can take? We can take example 5 by 7, say example 8 by 9, etc. These are all rational numbers. You can take any example of your choice, but any number that can be represented in the form of P by Q, a number on top and number on bottom. There should be a numerator, there should be a denominator. So this is a rational number, right? Okay. So if you discuss about the rational number, after that the next thing that comes to our mind, like in a number system, there are some properties of numbers. Some properties of numbers or the rational numbers that just we will have a discussion about that now. Now, what are the properties of rational numbers? So there are many properties. So the first property of rational number is the closure property. So let us have a discussion on the closure property now. So the closure property, this is the first property of rational number. So the closure property is what? We will find out. We will find out under which we will see the closure property for whole number. We will see the closure property in case of integers. We will see the closure property in case of rational numbers. Okay. So let us begin with the whole numbers, right? So first one will be the whole numbers. Right. Now, you all know what is a whole number is. A number starting from 0 and going to infinity are all known as whole numbers. You can take any example from there. Any example. Let us take two examples. Let me take. I'm taking two whole numbers here. Let me take 3 and 5. 3 and 5 are two whole numbers. I have taken two whole numbers here, 3 and 5. So these are the two whole numbers. So under the closure property of whole numbers, what we will do, we will try to see when you add two whole numbers, what happens. So addition. Now what does it mean? It means that when you add two whole numbers, what happens? Let us see. I am adding 3 and 5. I have added. It gives me 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Right. So when I have added two whole numbers, the result is 8. Okay. I'll explain these things again later on. Let us write this out first. The second one. What operation, second operation we will do? We will do subtraction. Let us see. So again I have taken the same examples here. So 3 and 5. So if you subtract 3 by 5, the result is -2. So these are the example and that accordingly I have done, right? I'll explain. The third one.